Now, the pandemic, remember, has wiped out millions of jobs in the United States, but the economy seems to have bounced back reasonably strongly in the month of February. Now, the country has added about 379,000 jobs last month, signaling that the labour market recovery is finally gaining steam. Now, this is the largest gains in the Labour Department that it has recorded since the month of November. It's also a welcome development after the January report, when only about 49,000 jobs had been added. The unemployment rate inched down to 6.2% from 6.3% in the month of January, even though it was forecast to stay afloat. But this good news is only a part of the recovery story. America is still down by about 9.5 million jobs from February last year. Most of these gains were made in the leisure and hospitality sector, and this has come as states are reopening their economies. For other sectors, the gains remain very small, and troubling signs still continue to loom over the employment market. While that number is finally, of course, going down, millions of workers are relying on government help to make ends meet. Currently, nearly about 4.3 million Americans are receiving state unemployment benefits, and another estimated 18 million people are collecting some form of jobless aid. The weekly jobless claims have dropped from a record 6.8 million in March 2020. They remain above their 665,000 peak during the 2007 till 2009 recession. Economists and politicians are calling the recovery to be K-shaped, while many white-collar workers have seen their wealth increase. The low-wage earners have struggled to pay even for their basic necessities. The stark disparity in unemployment by race also still remains a pretty evident thing. While the unemployment rate for the white Americans is about 5.6%, in the case of the black Americans, African Americans, it's almost 9.9%. And we earlier spoke with our correspondent Susan Tehrani, who joined us live from New York, and this is what she had to say about the state of unemployment in the United States.
This was a part of the package that was very widely focused on, at least for the American public and the world. I mean, in terms of public opinion, most Americans, Republicans and Democrats, agreed that some form of job aid, employment benefit, and the $1,400 stimulus check should go out to Americans. In the last minutes, there was some friction between Democrats, centrists, and those to the left. The centrists said that we should not raise unemployment benefits from the current $300 a week to $400 a week, keep it at $300, but extend it longer. Ultimately, President Biden made a phone call and said, get this bill passed, this is the way it should be, and it would be to our benefit as Democrats to unite as one party and get that passed. But the Democrats aren't very happy. I mean, not completely. They don't get the $15 minimum wage, although that's the wage here in New York for the rest of the country. But they also will have to narrow down the decision of giving the $1,400 check to families who make less earnings. So it's sort of not a wide blanket. Those are the two issues. And perhaps an interesting point was that right after the Senate passed the $1.9 trillion bill, because there's this controversy about not everyone knows what's in the bill, the senator who's a Republican from Wisconsin dragged Senate for clerks to read the 628-page bill for everyone to know what's exactly in the bill. And Chuck Schumer, Senate Majority Leader, actually welcomed that. So all through the night for about 11 hours, senators who decided to stay were listening to the pages and paragraphs of this bill.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.